We are tier listing all of Tottenham Hotspur's kits from 2000 up until the modern day. That's what we do here on Fullest Piece. We figure out which ones are trash, which ones are class. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over Pete, who's gonna give a little bit of a breakdown of Chicken on Ball FC's history.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Tottenham Hotspur, founded in 1882. Originally, it was actually the club began when members of the Hotspur Cricket Club wanted to establish a football team to keep themselves fit during the winter months. So it was initially named the Hotspur Football Club, but then they later adopted the Tottenham Hotspur name to differentiate themselves from different clubs in the area. Not a great deal of league and team history in terms of a trophy standpoint, but they have won 2 league titles in their history, obviously formation of the Premier League and all of that. They have 8 FA Cups and 4 League Cups to their name. Traditionally, for their uniform history, their colors have been white and navy blue, always a white shirt, navy blue shorts, and white socks. Manoli, what are we wearing today?
Today, because you won't catch me dead in a Spurs kit, we don't fuck with rivals here. Out of spite, I'm wearing this year's Chelsea home kit. I really did love this kit. The nice, like, kind of multicolor metallic crest. I managed to go sponsorless because honestly, after seeing Chelsea's home kit this year without a sponsor, I'm really on the wave of no sponsors. I think this is just like one of our better home kits in a long time. This is definitely the best Nike home kit for Chelsea in my opinion.
I don't have any Spurs stuff, but when I was getting into soccer, obviously United is my favorite team. In terms of like other teams, I like in the tops, like the big 6, quote unquote, that I don't mind. For some, I never actually minded Spurs. I actually kind of liked them, and I was kind of rooted for them because I thought, you know, they always were like the butt of all the jokes. But I always thought they were trying to like punch above their weight and like kind of give it to some of the obviously, you know, well-established teams. I just don't have any of their gear.
Before I understood, when I was first getting into soccer and before I understood how rivals worked and who our rivals were, I did also kind of like Spurs with you. I think you kind of got me on that train a bit. I also really like Gareth Bale, and we actually saw Liverpool and Spurs play in Baltimore. Kind of made the active decision to start from 2000, 2001, really because I feel like their kits before this were nothing to really like send home about. They were pretty meh. Even for vintage kits, like I just don't think they were very nice.
They weren't the Spurs that we know them now, where they're at least always in the conversation for Champions League qualification and stuff. This is like a time when they were like a mid-table team where we're starting. So where we start, they're on the way up, actually. So really,
we're really at the bottom. We're like at the bottom of the escalator.
We're doing the Spurs a little favor here, kind of hyping them up.
Honestly, starting off with this one, I think it's decent. I think it's high decent.
Yeah, I think this is a very clean kit. I like the collar.
Seeing them with Adidas just feels weird.
It does. It does feel weird because they never really, I don't really think of them as an Adidas team. But, I mean,
it's decent.
That's their colors. Yeah, but it's decent.
Like, decent. It's the same. It's the same, but make it navy.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I fear we're about to see a trend. 0102, we get a fresh set of all 3 home, away, and third kits. Decent. Like it's decent. I almost like kind of want to put it in a wear out because I could see someone rocking this. This is like kind of like a decent, like a unique vintage kit. Like a nice oversized fit with some jeans. This would look really nice.
You know what it is? It's like you found this at like the thrift store.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is actually low key kind of fire. And now
who's Tottenham?
Yeah, who's Tottenham?
Yeah.
And why are they so hot and spurry at the same time?
The old crest still also. They haven't gotten the new crest.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, this is still the old crest. Yeah, it's decent.
This is lower decent. I don't like the shade of blue as much. Like I think like I would put the home kit at the top and this like kind of sandwich them a bit.
Yeah, this is like decent. Other teams, when they've done like the light blue contrasting with the navy blue, it's always I always like that kind of color combo. It's never bad.
Is this just gonna be the whole episode? It's lower end. It's decent.
Yeah, it's again nothing offensive here. There's nothing offensive about this.
This is gonna be the worst episode.
That's so Spursy.
This is about to be a very Spurs episode, isn't it?
It's a very Spursy kind of move that it would be. I'm sorry, Alexi and Ted.
I actually don't like this at all. I think this is kind of rubbish. Yeah, no, I kind of think this is rubbish.
It is rubbish. I don't like the piping. The piping here is not good.
It looks horrible here. When it's on like a mannequin, I get a better idea, but I don't like the piping. I think this is I don't like the sponsor. Kappa. We were hyping up Kappa last episode, but
This is Kappa,
they didn't drink the Kool-Aid yet. They didn't get that secret sauce yet.
No, they were coming off the high. They're coming back down to earth because the 90s, they definitely killed it.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but make it worse.
Yeah, not good. And also rubbish.
This will probably get better. This is a tough year.
Yeah, that was tough. I'm
going to be real with you. That felt like a 10th place year.
Yeah. I kind of, when I was doing the research, trying to see like some interesting stories and stuff, or like kind of themes that were going on for the years that we're going to cover here, this kind of right now is kind of a perfect like parallel with how they did, because at this point in time they're just kind of getting back, reestablishing themselves as a consistent Premier League team. So they were always finishing like 10th and 9th.
Rubbish. I thought it was a Man City kid at first.
That's fair. Yeah, if you're thinking of another team, then
it's also a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt.
This is oh, god damn.
Guys, Tottenham is like I want to say more, but like I just don't have
There's nothing
to say. Players that I feel like are even like worth kind of like bringing up, and it's a trash kitten sponsor. This is
yeah. All right, so now we're into 04-05.
Jermaine Defoe came in.
Yes, so Jermaine Defoe comes in. Michael Carrick, even though he's more synonymous with United, he was there. This is where they actually start to make a little bit of an ascend. So they start kind of more finishing, instead of like 10th and 9th, they're now fighting for 5th and 6th, trying to break through those Champions League spots. I think this is decent. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's a nice little collar there.
It's decent. This is their cleanest one so far, I think. Like there's at least like some like design and paneling to where it's not just a t-shirt. I still think this is rubbish though.
Yeah, it's too dark. It's too dark of a navy blue.
It's too dark, and there's paneling that
the problem is their crest doesn't go well with this.
These are tough times for Spurs. God, I'm gonna be real with you. I almost feel a little mean here. I think we should have maybe started further out. Pete, I don't want to be a hater. Pete, I feel like a hater because now we don't even have the Kappa. We don't even have the Kappa crest.
You think it's bloody? You think it's dreadful?
No, but it's rubbish.
It's not good.
It's rubbish. It's not dreadful.
Look, this is again. They finished 5th here too. They're fighting. They're punching. I'm trying to raise them up here. Okay.
Good. I'm glad you are.
This is like a Juventus away kit that just does not hit at all.
I feel like in every kit, too, the Thompson sponsor feels so unserious.
Because you think it looks like it's smiling at you.
Because it is smiling at me. Like, there's no... Like, if they didn't design that with the thought of smiling with a dimple, you're crazy. Rubbish?
Yeah.
Decent.
You
got Satan. That's not pity. I genuinely think this is decent. That's not a pity pick. Yeah. I think this is... You did this solid. This is fine.
Yeah. The colors work on this.
I feel bad.
I do too.
I don't feel good about this. I want this to be clear. I'm not enjoying this.
No.
Thankfully, in 2006, Puma and Mansion brought you guys out of the darkness and into the light. Because this, I feel like it's a beauty. I'd wear it out. This is actually...
Well, no.
I think I'm just so excited to get out of that dog shit that was Kappa
that's fair.
And Thompson.
That's fair. Yeah, you're excited to get out of that. That was pretty bad.
I didn't know Edgar Davids played for Spurs.
We might need to fact check. I didn't know that either.
No, he did. He did.
He did jumper. He
was already there. He was already there.
Yeah, he jumped around for like a long. Like he's like one of those like legends of the game that's like pops up in like random teams. You're like, when the hell did he play there?
These like, I'm not kidding. Like you're right, but like I'm looking at these. Like he's in that dog shit Kappa jersey, but like in that Puma one, I'm looking at him like this. It looks fake almost. Like I'm like these. I feel like these aren't real, but they clearly are. That's wild. Honestly, like I would wear it out. We're gonna see this going forward. Spurs really nails a lot of their teal kits, at least from what I remember. Maybe I'll get my words,
these are like
but
these cool like
their
highlighter.
Their teal kits are good.
That's not teal, by the way. That's a sky blue, but like it's a highlighter blue. Like it's the new crest. The new crest is a significant upgrade, I think.
There's so many reasons. This is just a massive year for you guys.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, decent. Black with the gold accents, not bad.
It kind of it like especially here, it kind of just looks like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's decent.
Look at that. Now we're like starting to cook a little bit. All right.
We gave them 2 above decent, and now we're like, wow, We're so generous. I feel generous.
Yeah, 0708. They did a little 125 years to commemorate that, which was a nice little touch. Not anything spectacular, but
First year with Gareth Bale.
yeah, Gareth Bale came from Southampton. He was a left back originally. I remember like some of the like 0708 FIFA games, and like
People forget Bale number 3.
I say this is a beauty based on my prior consistent scoring. If you win a trophy, and this is Spurs' last trophy that they've won, which was the EFL Cup, so that's why I'm putting it up in beauty. I want to put it in class. Other times I've put things who've won stuff as class, but it's the EFL Cup. It's not the most significant trophy in England.
I guess, like you dropped that info on me. I'm like, cool. I think it's decent because I don't like the V-neck, and it's a little plain. Like, it's clean, but it's plain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, it's like top of decent, maybe a little wear it out. I don't know why. I don't like the V-neck that much, and it just...
But it's a trophy.
It's a trophy. We'll give it to him. I do like the 125 years underneath the crest, though. I think it's decent.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's fine. I actually kind of like the paneling over like the way they did the piping with the stitching on it. You know, It's polo. I think it's like higher on decent too.
Yeah,
but decent, like
decent.
lower end.
Doesn't do it. Yeah, collar's a little weird, but
yeah,
okay.
I think that's what I like about it. I'm a fan of that collar. But the kit I'm actually very excited to talk about is one we just added. We didn't even realize it was on this list. This is their anniversary special edition kit. I don't even know how often they wore this. I like this split design a lot. I would wear this out.
I think so.
I think
it's
this
different.
Is cool,
it's
unique,
totally
and it
different.
Works.
Yeah.
This is like probably their most unique and different home kit.
It's not. It's a one-off. This was like definitely a one-off kit.
I actually, even looking at this though, like I don't know why they didn't go with this color instead of that navy blue for the away kit. Like if they did this color, I actually probably would have put it in the wear it out vicinity. I think this color's nicer because this is kind of like, I don't know, it's plain. Or if you go with this, at least it looks a little clean. But 0809. Now we got Mansion.com Casino and Poker.
Modric comes in.
Yes, we have Luka Modric and Gareth Bale. So funny how two players who, like, for a long time, it was just like, for me, it was Spurs, and now it's immediately Madrid, and they're Madrid icons.
You know what also got me hooked on the Spurs is I saw that Danny Rose goal against Arsenal, his first ever goal, when he hit it off the volley. You can clip that too, because it's a beauty of a freaking goal. I was like, all right, this team's kind of sick. Long story short, this is I would wear this out.
I would wear this out. This is a pretty cool. It's just clean. It's subtle. It gets the job done. Once again, this is one of those I'm gonna go have a couple pints at 11 a.m. with the boys type of thing.
Yeah, I just wish the sponsor was just the M. You don't need to do the Mansion.com Casino and Poker.
Decent. This is what I wish last year's did. This is pretty much without, like, I wish they kind of added in the white trim. They're not afraid of Man City here. Decent as well. I think it's lower decent.
Yeah, I don't know what that two-stripe thing is.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Weird. We'll see this coming up, but they do some weird, like, line barring shit on their kits.
Yeah, I would wear this out.
I would wear this out. Yeah.
This is like peak late 2000s Puma.
That weird shoulder crest. Like they
did some weird. They were trying to be different than than Adidas and Nike, and they did some different things. So like
it feels patterns like this feel very like kind of like concept-y.
Yeah. They also got Champions League qualification like during this year too. So this is like their first time back. I think this was actually like their first time in Champions League when they in this kit. Like they got the fourth place and got them qualification for the following season.
Honestly, like I would put this bottom of wear it out. I like the navy. I think this all blends well.
Yeah,
decent. Like
decent.
Yeah, it's another pretty plain one there. It seems like they moved the stripes now.
Yeah, they try to do something with it. They try to make this kind of weird abstract stripe thing like happen, and it's just
I think they were trying to make it like they were trying to get their kind of signature thing maybe. Now 2010, 2011, two things really. I guess technically three things. One, this is like the first kid I think about when I think about Tottenham.
Really?
This is what the first season I watched fully. So this was always kind of just like, it's always like been an association. Looks like it's Harry Kane's first time playing, so maybe he was probably coming on the bench in the youth squad. There was probably like a sub.
He was loaned out. He was loaned out a bunch of times before.
But at least from your notes, this is one of my personal favorite, like I feel like underrated midfielders from the Premier League. Rafael van der Vaart, his first year with Spurs.
Yeah, he comes in so like I mentioned last year they get fourth, so they get into Champions League. I think of Gareth Bale blasting past freaking Maicon and drilling a freaking goal across. I guess it was Julio Cesar who was playing
Literally,
for Inter.
that was the goal that's what started the Bale era.
Yeah, that's what got him onto the scene. He started to get recognized. His
ball was respected.
Yeah, this is like where like, all right, he's on the map. People are starting to recognize him, and
I think this is a beauty. Autonomy sponsor. They got rid of Mason. This was also another one of those sponsors that kind of sat in my head for a while with them. But I'm a big fan of this kit. I think this is like one of their best kits so far.
Yeah, I agree. Champions League for them means a little bit more because they never were in it. This is, I think, deserves to be up there. Also, like I said, this Puma thing with like the collar and the shoulder, like peak Puma like wear, because this is like their signature template. I remember seeing this on a bunch of other teams as well. But
I think this is a beauty.
Yeah,
I like this a lot. I think the only thing that would have been cooler is if they made the Spurs crest white.
Maybe
I think that's my only like what full because like it's like they kind of like the Puma logos white there, the crest is white or it's black there and the crest is black.
The collar's cool actually. I like that a lot.
Collar's very cool. This is a good year for them. This is decent just because I'm not a fan of the colors.
I would say so funny. I'll put this and wear this out, and I have a funny story with this. Shout out to our friend Cristo. He was doing a mass order for all of our friends, and I remember I picked this kit and got confiscated at customs. So
honestly, like the only thing I don't love about this is the how big the text is. I would put it in beauty. The sponsor I guess feels kind of odd. Also, because the sponsor is navy, but the crest and everything else is black. I don't know, like the middle mismatch is kind of odd.
No, it's navy. It's not black. It's just a darker navy than the sponsor. So that
makes it look black then, because this is like I would still put this and wear it out.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think.
But it would probably be a beauty if they matched.
Yeah,
it's kind of where I land on it.
I agree.
Oh, they finished 4th this year, so they're back in Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, look, they finished 4th.
Oh no, you know what this is? This is a funny year.
Why is this a funny year?
This is a hilarious year, actually. So they finished 4th this year. They got Champions League, and Chelsea, who were in 7th place, 3 spots below them and out of Champions League, happened to win the Champions League that year. And because of that, it was before they implemented the rule of qualifying. Spurs lost the 4th place spot and got knocked out of Champions League because Chelsea won it in 2012 on a sun run. So even qualifying fairly, they got just cucked essentially out of 4th place in Champions League.
Yeah, there's some reasons why that I don't like your team sometimes, man.
It's awesome. I think this is a beauty. This is like one of my favorite Spurs kits. I love this shade of... I have a Madrid kit with a similar purple. This like specific shade of purple with white, I think looks amazing.
No, it's I
like the bars
nice.
on it. It's awesome.
All right, yeah, put it in there. Decent.
It's another one of the kind of like very safe. This
is like a Puma template kit. So how Adidas and Nike all have like their template kits, this was like a Puma template kit.
The first of the Under Armour years, 2012, 2013.
Yeah, so Under Armour comes in. This is like their first team. I want to say this is like their first big team. So like this is like peak Under Armour, if we're thinking about it in terms of like the sports wear kind of cultural zeitgeist. Like this was like Under Armour's like coming up, everything's working for them, their stock is going great, and then they signed Tottenham, and I actually think this is a beauty. I love this kit a lot.
I want to say this is class. This is like an amazing... I think this is a very clean Tottenham jersey that it finally, like, what I think they do right here is they have the nice accents, they have some pattern and like some detail, something to just like make this what could have just been a plain white polo from Under Armour into what I think is actually just like a very unique and nice home kit, while not like getting crazy with it. You know what I mean?
And the silver accents part is cool. Also, Gareth Bale killed it this year. This kit, when I think of like prime Gareth Bale, I also think of this kit because he was just carrying that Tottenham team.
He was so good.
Modric leaves this year. He actually goes to Madrid. That was at the time deemed like the most worst like Madrid transfer of all time. At the time, this is really like Gareth Bale's team. Just some of the goals that year were just freaking crazy.
This is decent.
I would actually wear this out.
I'm not even gonna fight it. I almost said that too. I honestly, call me crazy, I kind of think this is rubbish. I've never liked this kit.
I was gonna go low, decent. I was in the same ballpark with you. There's part of me that's like, it's not bad, but it just seems so out of place if you look at it as a whole set. Like they did the white,
weird going
they did
from
the
those.
white, they did the blue, and now we're like, yeah, we're gonna do black and gray.
I don't know. I've never liked this kit from when it came out till now. I still don't like it.
Yeah,
I think it's rubbish. I think it's top of rubbish. It's top of the pile, I guess. But 13-14, we get HP as a sponsor. Actually, one of my favorite sponsors from them. I think it always looks pretty solid.
And it's actually a former sponsor of Spurs too. They had them in the '90s as well.
Oh, cool. I do think this is class. I really, really like this collar design. It's once again, it's minimal, but it does that collar just stands out. The HP sponsor's good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I think this is absolute class as well. It's funny because this is like so Bale gets sold. What was also hysterical about this is so this year like NBC got the first. This was like the first year with the Premier League rights, and in Times Square they had this huge screen sponsorship to promote the Premier League. Who did they have in the front? It was Gareth Bale, and then he got sold the same week or so when it happened, and it was just like, oh boy, bad timing there. But that's not to take away from this kid. Is
this the year Ted? Is this Ted Lasso's year?
I think they did do the Ted Lasso year. This is when they did the commercial. Yeah, so that's how it all got started. But look, they brought in. This is where they bring in Christian Eriksen, Lamella, the Magnificent Seven or so guys that they brought in. I remember Roberto Soldado was there. Musa Dembele maybe was also part of this as well. Perhaps I can't remember, but yeah, they brought in a bunch of guys, and not all of them. Maybe two of those guys really panned out, but it's not a take away from this kit though.
Not that I don't agree with everything you said. I really just want to go back to this. The original Ted Lasso video is actually still so funny.
It still slaps.
I finally watched the series last year, and I remember you specifically sending me a Ted Lasso. You're like, dude, you got to see this. It's Jason Sudeikis, and it's incredible. I watched it, couldn't stop laughing.
We're gonna make it to the play. We're gonna make it to the playoffs. No playoffs. No playoffs.
We're gonna go out there. Someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna lose or draw. Excuse me, or draw.
Draw. You could do that,
dude. It's so good, and the fact
you just made my job a whole lot easier.
I remember, that commercial, and then fast forward the Apple TV show Ted Lasso. I remember texting him this is the same Ted Lasso, right? And you're like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. He
literally made a successful Emmy-winning TV show based off of a 5-minute
infomercial for NBC when they got the rights to the Premier League.
Because he was still at SNL at the time. So
it's just incredible.
Yeah.
People forget Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is Spurs first.
Yep.
Honestly, would wear this out. I think it's a great kit.
Yep. It's nice.
It's nice. I like the pattern going on. The HP sponsorship blends well. It's all around good.
I actually would say also would wear out as well.
Wear it out?
Actually, you know what? It's decent because the
it's
HP.
It's a little plain, but
it's the HP with the white. It's too big.
It is bigger than the other ones. Good catch. I didn't even pick up on that.
I don't think it. Yeah, it is. It is.
No, I don't. Not mad at that. I actually think that teal one's better. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. So starting 14-15, we get a new sponsorship. It's AIA. It's a Hong Kong-based company there, insurance company. Not a terrible looking sponsor. It's nothing special. It's just the letters, but it's not bad.
Honestly, I think it's decent. I've never been a fan of this home kit though.
Yeah, there was part of me where I thought it was cool. I don't like the piping coming from the sleeve to the chest. It's okay. It's not bad. It's decent.
I think about Eric when I see this because he has this kit and he wore it a lot. I'm kind of saying I think it's higher decent. Honestly, I would wear it because I've seen Eric wear it out.
Yeah, Yeah, I would
I
wear
think
it
this is
out.
one of their better. I think this is definitely
Yeah.
one of their better black and yellow kits.
This is ones where I could see myself like working out in this if I wanted to. So yeah, wear it out.
This is decent. This is
This is
fine.
decent. I like
Yeah.
the subtle like striping pattern on the shoulder, and then it kind of goes
And
down the side
side.
paneling. So it's not bad. We forgot to mention something big that happened there. Pochettino comes in, and this is really the peak of Spurs football right here. The Mauricio Pochettino, who's coming in from Southampton, he did a good job at Southampton, and this is where
Poch era was something. The Poch era was something.
I mean, he really brought them to like heights that they never reached before, and he came in at the perfect time. He was a young manager who did a good job with the Southampton team, and this is where a lot of the Spurs team was a lot of young players coming through, and they just meshed well. He was like he has a very tough, stern approach to training and everything, but I think that's what made those are like the signature, characteristics of those teams.
We see the introduction of Son, one of the most iconic players over the last decade.
Yeah.
I'd say they're one of the two most important players.
Yeah, Toby Alderweireld comes in. I think
He
also
was great for them.
It's just funny when I think of this kid. Those classic like trolling like Twitter football accounts. When this kid came out, everyone made fun of it because they're like, it looks like a seatbelt for the type of season that Spurs is going to have. Well, little did we know, Spurs was fighting for the title pretty much the whole year for against Leicester, and then the battle at the bridge happened.
Chelsea ruining people's lives, specifically Spurs.
Yeah.
I actually do think this kit's a beauty. Call me crazy. I like this kit a lot.
Wow. Usually I'm the sash sympathizer between the two of us. I don't think the sash is the best here.
I think this is rubbish.
I kind of like this kit, I guess, at the time when this came out, and then over the years it's not aged well, so
It's not. It's bad.
decent. Yeah, like it's
not as good as their other purple kit. This one's solid.
Yeah. I think they won the Audi Cup that year, which was some preseason trophy.
16, 17. I want your thoughts first.
So I think I already know. You've already kind of alluded to this other times when we've talked. To me, this is low beauty, but I would actually just say wear it out. I like the navy blue and I like the gold accents. I think those go very nice. I liked that they did it on the shoulder. I thought it was kind of different. The way they just only keep it on the shoulder, they don't go down to the sleeve.
I just don't like it's like decent, like middling decent. I don't like. I guess they just remind me of shoulder pads.
I think it's a wear it out. That's my opinion.
Like I can't fight you on it because I get it. I think this is just like a prep. This one's like a preference one. You know what I mean? Like, I know people like it and I know it's solid. I think this is rubbish. I don't like this.
I think it's decent, bordering like pajama top, but I like the sleeve design. The sleeve cuff thing is nice.
All right, are you gonna fight me on this one too?
No, because this is actually rubbish.
This is rubbish too, right? Okay.
Yeah. I think you'll be surprised that Nike does right by Spurs most of the time. I think this is a beauty, actually. I like the shield.
I positively agree.
I like the shield.
I think it's a few details short of class.
Yeah, I like the shield around the crest. That was something new that wasn't seen. I like the little side paneling too. Just something kind of cool and like cutting edge, sleek design. They did lose a key player. They lost Kyle Walker, and I remember his famous words were like he wanted to leave because he wanted to win something, and he went to City. But
and he sure won something.
He did.
I think it's decent.
Yeah, it's decent. It's too plain. I know it's basically the reverse of the home kit, but it's too plain.
I think the home kit has the red. I feel like, but the white is also just classier on its own. It's decent. I honestly think this is rubbish. I don't like the color.
I don't like the color either.
It's like piss yellow on a dark purple. It
doesn't work. And there's like a weird camouflage like pattern. It doesn't work.
Bordering wear it out.
This one,
it's low though. It's low. It's decent.
We're anti-gradients. I can only give you.
It's in the bio now. It's in the bio now.
Or anti-gradients there. So you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to wear it.
You know
Anyway.
it works sometimes. You know it works sometimes.
So this is my problem with this one. It's not atrocious. This gradient is actually not bad. My problem is I remember they would wear, whenever they would play, because they were in the Champions League this season, whenever they would wear for their European nights, they would wear white shorts. So
And it'd be weird. It wouldn't blend.
it wouldn't blend. So I'm putting decent. Also decent. Because this is the same. This is in all the other episodes I mentioned. This, for some reason, this stretch, Nike does this weird like pattern with all of their big teams. Every big team had this kit. We've seen this kit like 3-4 times now, but they don't do a terrible job with this.
I think this is rubbish. This is one of those years. This is that year that Nike did the funky ones, the funky third kits, and I don't like this one.
You have that third kit.
Yeah, that one worked. Man City one was awful. This is like
I'm gonna fight for this one. And there's only one reason I'm going to fight for this.
Why?
Because
this is the one?
Yes, no, you're going to hear me out. Because you mentioned it earlier. This is worn probably the single greatest night in Tottenham's history in the last 20 years. Because they wore this the night they came back from behind and beat that Ajax team. Lucas Moura hit that hat trick to send them to the Champions League final.
In this kit.
It was in this kit.
If it's higher than decent, I'm gonna fight you.
Wear it out.
Oh, on the wheel. That's that. I don't have the fucking patience. God damn it! Are you fucking shitting me?
Thank God. I hope I did Ted and Alexi proud.
This gets low aired out for me.
Yes.
A bit of an Eskimo coach for my team, your team, and this team. Jose Mourinho joins.
Yes, he joins.
It feels like an obscure fact that he was there.
It's like one of those things where he just needs a rebound, and Spurs maybe was that rebound, but not really because it didn't work out for either of them.
It really didn't. I think it's decent.
Yeah,
I think it's decent. I don't
decent,
love it,
but I like it though.
I think this is a beauty. Glorious. So clean.
The old school Nike logo is fantastic. The base pattern, like, it's cool as well. It's very retro-y, but modern, all at the same time.
It does all the things right. It's great. 2020, 2021, Mourinho leaves. That was short-lived.
I kind of would wear this out, actually. I like the shoulder. Decent. I like the shoulder pattern. I think the shoulder design, like, it's different. It's a different look.
It looks better on. It looks better like on. It seems. Yeah. I think the collar is funky as hell, which I kind of like. That's like the big saving thing for me. I actually think this is an easy wear it out. I like the shade of green a lot. They don't do green like really.
I always thought green and like some like hints of pink were always very kind of like underrated as a combo.
I think this is rubbish for a lot of reasons.
Wait, this hits you want everything to be aligned correctly. They do the logo, they do the Nike, and they do the sponsorship.
Just because they did it doesn't mean it looks good. Like, yeah, everything's centered, but like I just don't think it looks that good. I don't think it works with the Spurs logo there. The Nike, it's almost like an up and down with I don't know what's like not clicking with me. But also we have these weird bar great horizontal stripe gradients going. Mm-hmm. You're telling me you look at this and you think, wow, this looks good?
I think if they didn't do the block gradient, because it goes from this like high lighter yellow to like a more gold.
It's just going to less hydrated pee.
Yeah. I fought for the third kit. You can fight for that rubbish.
21-22. This is decent. It's plain as shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I might put it in class.
You weren't feeling the man. I had to fight with you for the Liverpool one, but this one's going class.
The colors are cooler in my opinion.
Like, I think it's fine. I would like maybe wear it out.
Want to meet in the middle? We'll go beauty.
Yeah, I'll go there for you. I can't believe you just looked me in the eye and said this is class. That's wild.
I felt like we had to put something there. We only have 2 kits there.
That's not our fault.
I know that's not our fault, but
anyway, this is dreadful. This is dreadful. bloody dreadful.
That's bad.
Thank you for not arguing me on that one. This is awful. I'm not arguing with that.
This is some.
Honestly, I think it's an wear it out.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I like how they did the lime green, like navy blue cuff and like around the collar and sleeves. I'm willing to put it in beauty.
I think so. It's a very clean design. The details work. I actually like the Spurs on the collar. Mm-hmm. On person, it looks nice. Like how Spurs wins in their home kits. They keep it clean, but they add in nice details. Like the most ambitious.
A little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice. I think this is dreadful.
Okay, all right.
I don't like the colors. I don't like the template on this, how this works. I still am not a fan of this centering with it.
I remember when this came out, a lot of people didn't like this. I don't think it's offensive. I don't think it's, you said it was dreadful. To me, this is very training top-ish. I will put you at rubbish. I don't think it's dreadful. Because I don't think the colors are terrible. Then, like, I think it's rubbish. Low rubbish.
Like, I feel like wear it out. This is like one of those weird third kits that, like, if you're a Spurs fan looking for an interesting kit, this has been your most interesting one in a while. I think the only thing is the badge does get a little bit lost in there.
Yeah, it does. I was about to say the exact same thing, but I would wear out.
Only thing with it, yeah, I would wear this out. It looks great on person.
Yeah, I like the other kind of third or away kit that very similar color, but we put in as a beauty, kind of copies this kind of same template, but yeah, just like the Nike logo and the Spurs crest get lost in it. So if they did something to like make that pop, could have been better, but oh well. So now we're into 23-24. Ange Postecoglou comes in, fellow Australian Greek. Big Ange brings in a amazing guy. I do really like him as a coach, actually. I think he does.
I admire him a lot.
I think he plays a very exciting brand.
He definitely seems like the guy that can fix like the mentality. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Also, Harry Kane in this kit.
This is sad for all the Spurs fans. He does leave because he goes to Bayern and he still doesn't fucking win shit.
Shocker. He can win the individual ones. Call me crazy. I think this is absolute class. I love the little digi it's kind of like hitting the same things as that first Under Armour kit, where it's a simple design, but the details just really work.
Yeah, I'm surprised you went with absolute class. I won't fight you with that. I think this is where Nike did that other kind of textured base like layer on their shirts. They did something different with this with Spurs, and it worked out for the best. I think if ever Nike wants to be different with like a plain kit, I think doing stuff like this works a lot in their favor. I would wear this out. I would wear it
out. Their away kits were pretty solid this year too. I think Nike did pretty solid with a lot of away kits this year. They started messing around with the metallic a lot more on like a la Chelsea's home kit. It's low decent. It's kind of like a training top. It doesn't. Yeah. It's not rubbish, but I don't love the color. Yeah. Kind of like dirt.
Yeah, it's like I think they said it was like elephant or something. I don't even know.
Beige. Mainly dark beige. Like it kind of looks like dirt a little to me.
Moving on to 24-25. I believe they released the official release that yes, this is the home kit. I don't know if they've done the away kits. Yeah, they've done like that and stuff. Look at that. Heung-min Son and James Madison trying to get just a nice cheeky point. Just a little cheeky point down at the pub.
I didn't like this when I first saw the leaks.
No, I like this.
It's grown on me. I think when I first saw these, I wasn't crazy about the sleeves, but now it's grown on me quite a bit.
I put it as a beauty. I think this is really nice.
Low beauty, I would say higher. Wear it out. Yeah,
I put low beauty. I think it's cool. Right. It's different. It's different than just a plain white shirt, I would say.
They style it pretty solid in these pictures.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this outfit here. I think it's decent.
Yeah, I was kind of teetering. Would I wear this out?
The centering here works for me more. Cause I don't know. I think it's just stacked with a Nike. Listen to me.
I'm done with your centering. I don't want to hear it.
No, listen to me. No, because I have rationale for it. It's because you took away the Nike. Listen, the rules do not apply to everyone. Clearly, I think it looks more reasonable and less just like jarring with the Nike under it. Do you honestly think it looks better if the Nike was under it?
I would say under it, but if maybe the Nike was slightly smaller and above the crest. Maybe
that. But all I'm asking you is, do you disagree that this is better than the other way when that Nike logo was underneath?
I thought it was better the other way with the Nike logo underneath.
I think you're lying to me.
No, I'm not lying with you. I think it's better. I think it would go better, but that's just me.
I feel weird about this one.
It's different.
The colors are enamel green. It looks like it's kind of like fireworks going off a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
I actually like the coloring of the Nike logo and also this shield. The shield there.
Yeah, shield's kind of nice.
I actually like this I would wear this out. I actually like this.
I would think, yeah.
Oh, up close, the details are actually nice on this.
Adere est facere is the Latin phrase for to do is to dare with if you're actually a Spurs fan. That is their motto. That's cool. I like that. That's actually a nice, cool little detail there. So I say, yeah, wear this out.
And there we have it. 2000 to 2024, 25. We have our Spurs kits. And honestly, rough start. A tough start. I apologize for what we did to your guys' club. But on the bright side, it was a lot of rubbish. Only one dreadful, which is very good.
Considering some of the other clubs that we've done, like we've
That's
done
solid.
United, we've done City, and we've done Chelsea, like they had a bunch more dreadfuls. Somehow Spurs came out with not that many, which is kind of crazy.
Only one. Like, yeah, you didn't have a lot of class, but we kind of called this. We said there was going to be a lot of more middling kits, and like, yeah, you probably have the same amount of decent, but you guys have a lot of wear it outs, which isn't a bad thing.
When we started doing this, like, hey, they were a mid-table team, and then they became, fighting for 5th and 6th spots, and then, in the 2010s, late 2000s, and throughout the 2010s, they are now more of a consistent qualifying for Europe, getting into the Champions League. And if you see here, obviously, the wear it outs and the decents kind of, if you think about it in the Premier League table, that's 3rd and 4th right there. And that's where a lot of the time Spurs is. So I feel like this kind of is a good example, good exercise of where they are. They did have some moments where it was, they had some nice, beautiful kits and even absolute classes. I think it's hysterical that Under Armour has the 2 class kits. Now that they don't do it, now that they're like the stock's terrible and whatever. But
ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. So yeah,
nicely done, Spurs. Like I said, tough start, but you really came through. Once you hit Puma, you guys hit the ground running.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, they may not hit many peaks, but they are consistent, which I think is a lot better than most clubs. Like, a lot of clubs, you feel like it gets pretty hilly. For Spurs, I feel like they're pretty consistent with their kits. They don't get too crazy, but when they do, it's hit or miss for sure.
It is, but it's white. Your main color is white. It's kind of hard to fuck that up.
But thank you all so much for watching. Let us know in the comments if you think we're full of shit. If you think we got some opinions wrong. I've already been told by one friend that they don't agree with our Euro Cup picks, some of our Euro Cup picks, but that's fine. You know why? We're the fullest pieces of shit we know. But yeah, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Let us know who you'd like us to review next. And as always, cheers, my friends. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep. See you next time.